Upshift episode number 3 coming at you live. Today we got vertically_challenge 86. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a good episode, y'all. I'm bringing my man Jared in all the way from the North Shore. We're going to kill it. Are you with me? Let's go. Coming in hot. What's up, man?
What's up, my brother?
So good to see you.
Good to see
you. Doing all right?
Man. Yeah, man. How you been?
I'm good, man.
Good,
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming down, man. I got to have this guy on the show because this car is sick.
Appreciate it.
First of all, where'd you get the wrap from? Because that thing is just awesome.
So it's Avery Dimensions. It's called Roaring Thunder.
And yes, it is.
I went through a process to get it. I can tell you that because it just sells out so quick.
This is on point.
Yep.
And so, Toyota GT86.
Yep.
Right? So for those that don't know, this is the generation up from the Scion FRS. Yep. You're not gonna see this in a dealership, brother.
This isn't the one you buy off the showroom floor. That's for sure. I can tell you that.
That wide body kit is wide.
It's one of the widest kits out there that they make for this car, if not the widest kit out there they make for this car.
Yeah, that's awesome, brother. I love these wheels. Three part.
3-piece wheels, yeah.
Okay.
They're custom one-of-one 3-piece forged wheels. No one else in the world's got these wheels. They're one-of-one.
Okay.
So
okay.
It's another little, piece to the car there.
Hey, when you're doing a build, as many things that you can make yours, make yours.
That's it,
And so I got to tell you, I'm a fan of verts. I love it.
Absolutely.
I get it. Vertically challenged. This car doesn't have too much house, people, but it's got some drops. Look at it. Sitting on the ground, nice stretch tires on it. We got the deep face rims, and then the door just sets it off.
Yeah, these cars, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Lambos on every car, but there's certain cars that the vertical doors.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Fit well on, you know what I mean? And
like you see some guys with vertical doors on a minivan. That's probably not going to work,
probably
right?
Not gonna work.
Probably not going to work.
C8 Corvette,
maybe
a
maybe.
86, it might look all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to use discretion, right?
Yeah.
Hey, people, vertical doors ain't for everybody. So don't get excited when you see it. It's like, oh, I need to put this on my Prius. No.
Don't do it.
You got a GT86 all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I know you got some carbon going on here, so kind of walk me up to this.
Yeah, so when we did the wide body kit, I had carbon fiber fenders on here, and I decided I was going to keep them instead of buying new fenders, cutting them, putting them on. So I kept the carbon fiber fenders I had on here, and I just cut them down and then mounted the wide body kit over the top of it. Just to give it that little extra, little extra flair there.
Nicely done.
That you don't
Nicely
see.
done. Yeah.
So it's something different to stand out.
I love it.
Got a Saban carbon fiber hood on there that it's just wrapped. We kind of just kept the vents again for some accent pieces there, so you're seeing it.
Some carbon, but not too much.
Just a little tasteful, enough of it.
Again, there's some discretion.
Yeah, I think it looks well like that.
Okay. What's going on in the engine?
Under the engine, I can pop the hood for you. Want to take a peek at it?
Yeah, I do. Are you kidding me?
We've got Tomei unequal length headers down in there. Grady catback exhaust through there. Just a couple carbon engine dress-up kit pieces.
Picking up the carbon again. I like that.
We're slowly working on the engine.
Okay.
We got a supercharger that's coming for it over the winter time. That's getting done into it. Flex fuel kit. So it'll be pushing a lot more horsepower come the winter time. And we're gonna go from there.
Boxer 4.
Boxer 4.
Flat
4.
Flat.
Flat 4.
Yes,
2.0. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Flat 2.0.
So pound for pound, I mean, it's still kicking.
It's kicking, yeah. It's
you
not
getting
bad.
about what?
It's about 200 out of the factory showroom floor, which
Okay.
is not the fastest car on the market, but like I say, it's low and slow, and it's built to park. I don't race it, so
yeah,
that's it. And I enjoy it. So.
Not the fastest.
Not the fastest.
But the handling on this thing.
The handling on these cars is some of the best handling that's out there out of the factory.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So if you want to enjoy the ride,
it's there for you.
This is your car.
It's there for you.
Right. So, hey, kids, speed ain't everything. Handling is more than speed. Take that back to the bank.
It is.
So with the headers and the exhaust, you're getting a little bit more horsepower, right?
Probably. I mean, I haven't dyno tuned it. I'm thinking like 210 if I had to guess. It's not too much more over.
Hey, but I can't wait to see that supercharger.
Yeah,
man.
you know what? We'll see.
That's going to double. That's going to double you up.
It's going to double me. Yeah, on the 85 and everything done. It'll be up there. So I can't wait to see what it's going to do this winter. You know what I mean? It's going to be a whole new car come this summertime.
That profile is just nasty.
Yeah,
that is just nasty.
So a little filthy from the ride down here, you know, with the bugs on the highway, but
yeah,
it looks great, man.
Filthy in a couple ways, bro. This is filthy. I like it. All right, you know what's next, right? Can you give me a ride?
Yeah, man. Let's go for a ride.
Let's go. All right, episode 3 here with Jared. 2017 Toyota GT86. What's up, man? How we doing?
What's going on, brother?
I'm good. I am so excited to take this ride with you to find out a little bit more about your car, a little bit more about you. Because I think, you know, like you see the car, it's already built, but there's a story behind it.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think this is just an opportunity with this platform also to find out the driver and like what's his story.
Right.
Because cars are cool.
Sure.
Wait a minute.
People are cool.
Cars are really cool.
Real cool. Yeah.
But I think people are cool too. And so I'm just looking forward to having a good ride with you and chopping it up. So, tell me a little bit about your plans for this vehicle.
So my plans over this winter was supercharging it. That'll be the first thing that's going to go on with this. After that, I'm not really too sure where I'm going to go with it, whether I'm going to stick to keep doing engine mods on this or I'm going to start moving to the interior. The exterior I've kind of got to where I want it, almost, I think, where I want it now with the wide body, you know, the suspension, the wheels. I think I've got the exterior almost there. And then, we're going to go from there. See where the road takes us, right? I'm not too sure yet.
Okay. So again, this isn't the fastest car off the showroom floor.
Absolutely not.
You're going to add to that.
Yep.
But this handling, I'm just really intrigued about this handling.
The handling on these cars out of the factory is like, it's untouched, man, on anything. Yeah, so I mean, on the dash right out of the factory, this thing tells you, you know, your G-forces in every corner. It's got it's got a lap timer on it. Like if you look over there, you really can't see it probably from where you're sitting right there. But it shows me my G-forces in every corner.
Oh, that's nice.
It's got a stopwatch, lap timer. It tells you everything, man. It's great.
So, your top speed is not 212 miles per hour.
It is not 212.
I know it's about 140, something like that.
For legal reasons, I'm not going to say how fast I've gotten it, but it's up there.
Yeah, but, I mean, the fun is not only in how fast you're going, but it's how you're moving and negotiating the road, right?
Yeah. I actually drove this thing out to Arizona, California twice now.
Okay.
And both times I've taken it out there, I've had an absolute blast driving up there. The roads out there are just like immaculate through the mountains and just driving it, feeling like a raw, like raw driving. It's untouched.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've driven out to California before, like on Interstate 10.
Yeah.
It's just like
you just have the road to yourself and you just go, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's nothing like being around here on the East Coast, that's for sure.
Whatever. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a beautiful ride.
Yep. So we're gonna put a little bit more horsepower to it. You got kind of, where you want to be on the exterior. So the build is coming to an end, or do you feel like there will always be this component of change?
There's always something that you can do. It's never ending. When you think it's over, you're like, oh, wait a second. There's one more thing I could add to this, and then you do that, and then you're like, all right, I'm done here, and then it's like, all right, well, wait, there's one more thing I could add to this.
So there's another chapter to the book.
Oh, there's always another chapter. There's always another chapter. I mean, more than likely I'll end up start working on the motor, and that'll be the play for a little while, and once that's all said and done, I'll probably end up moving to the interior of the car and going from there.
Well, I think what you've done so far is absolutely amazing. We were talking about the raised white wall lettering.
Yeah.
And just what that looks like, in motion. I feel like you really set this apart to be, sort of, obviously it's your daily driver.
No, it's actually not. No. It started off as a daily driver.
Oh, okay.
It was never meant to be a show car. It was supposed to be just to and from work, but I bought a set of wheels for it, and that kind of snowballed into
okay.
one thing led to another, led to another, led to another, and here we are talking right now.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
it's funny how things work out. You know?
Absolutely. So yeah, how did you get into the game? This wasn't your first rodeo, so
no, this isn't my first rodeo. So I've been around the car scene since the early 2000s. I mean, even as a kid, my father used to take me to shows and stuff when we were younger. World of Wheels, all those shows that used to go on. And then, you know, as I got old, I grew up in that Fast and the Furious era, and I ended up buying a '99 Eclipse, same one from Fast and Furious, Paul Walker's
nice
car.
Evo. Okay.
Yeah, you know, no, sorry, the first one, the green
one. Okay.
Yeah, I ended up buying that car, and I just started modding it, and you know, got into the show scene back then, and I loved it. It was like that. I swear to God, that's still like the prime of the car scene back then, man. Like that era,
everybody wanted it.
And that era will never be touched. And if you weren't around for it, I'm sorry, guys. You missed it. You know, I was in the scene back then, modding the car. I loved it. And then, I don't know, just time went on, and I kind of got over it a little bit, and I was doing other things in my life, and ended up selling the car, got out of it, you know. And then years and years go by, long story longer, 10 years later, I'm in my daily driver going to work, and I get in a car accident, like we were talking about, and crashed into a telephone pole. I fell asleep behind the wheel. Almost ended up killing myself. I was in the ICU for a week and a half.
It doesn't sound good.
No, it wasn't good at all. Jaw wired shut. I broke my wrist, all the bones in my hand, my leg. That was a whole story in itself, and it was terrible. But as I was laying in the hospital bed, I ended up seeing this car that we're in right now online, and I didn't even know they made these cars. And I went when I got out of the hospital, and it was on the showroom floor still, and I took it for a drive, and I fell in love. And that was going to be my daily driver, to and from work every day, because I had no intentions of ever going back to the car scene. I told myself, you know, I was done. But I bought a set of wheels for this thing, and I'm like, yeah, that looks all right on here, and let me get a little something else. And I bought a radio for it, and then something else, and then before I know it, I had a full-blown show car. And here with me and you are talking right now, having a conversation. You know?
I love that.
The paths, the options you make in life send you down different paths. You know, had I never put that set of wheels on my car, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. You know,
choices.
Choices in life you make.
We all have choices. We build our cars, but we also build our lives.
Right. Yeah.
Right? With the choices that we make.
With the choices that you make.
With the choices that you
know, and all the friends I've made, and you know, it's everything. I would have never met them had I not. I don't know, gotten a second chance when I got in my car accident and didn't end up dying in that accident. And, you know, I bought a set of wheels for my car. Had I not ever done that, I wouldn't know anyone. My life would have taken a totally different path. And it's completely crazy to think about that.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy, you're part of Crazy Vision.
Yep.
You know, we had Will on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I just love that guy.
Great guy, man. Great guy.
And so you wouldn't have met Will.
No, I would have never met Will, any of those guys, man.
And so Will says that you guys are family.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I met them, I don't know, we're going on probably 3 years ago, roughly now I met them, and me and another one of our teammates now approached them, and we were like, hey, you know, we're interested in joining you guys. And, you know, when we said that to them, they're like, you know, we're really family-based, you know, we kind of want to get to know our members first, and then from there we'll decide, you know, if you're a good fit for us. And we kind of stuck around for, you know, a year or so with them, 2 years, and we finally ended up joining them 2 years later. You know, they kept asking us, you guys want to join, you guys want to join, you guys want to join. And they consider us like family, and we consider them like family. They're great people. They bend over backwards for you, anything you need.
Yeah, you know, I asked him about this vision, right? Crazy vision. And, you know, he explained it as, you know, just doing crazy things to cars and enjoying it. But quickly after that, he was talking about, you know, family. And I was just like, well, wait a minute. In a moment where, you know, the idea of family is like missing So in a moment of all of that, having this notion that cars bring us together and create a family, I thought was crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, you talk about making choices and, you know, where your life takes you. And like, so you get a second chance to have a family.
Yeah. Another family.
Right? So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's wild the way things work out. You never know. You don't. You never know. And that's why you enjoy every day.
Yeah.
You enjoy every day.
Without a doubt. So what do you do when you're not driving?
I'm working.
Okay.
If I'm not working in the wintertime, it's usually snowboarding or something on my hands. Other than that, just kind of hang out, man.
Okay.
You know?
So what do you do for work?
I'm a 1044 glazer in Boston. Yeah.
All right.
Any idea what that is?
So glazer glass.
Glass, yep.
So you make glass?
No, I don't make it specifically. We install anything kind of glasswork, aluminum, metalwork. We install. We work alongside with the iron workers.
Right.
So any of the high rises in Boston, we do a lot of the windows and the skyscrapers in Boston. Any of the office fit outs inside there, we do.
Okay.
A lot of stuff.
So you said skyscrapers.
Skyscrapers. Yeah.
So how high have you? What's the highest you've been?
I've been on top of the Prudential building in Boston.
On the outside of it?
Not on the outside personally. I mean, outside on the roof, sure, yeah, but not on the side of the building. Yeah. Personally, I haven't been. No.
So what's the highest you've ever been?
Highest on the side. On the side of the building. I don't know, 20-something floors up, maybe more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up there.
All right.
It's up there. Well, I'll put it this way: I've been on a 185-foot boom lift, so that's 185 feet straight up in the air outside. So it's pretty high. It's enough that you have time to think about if something ever happened.
You're thinking about it.
Oh yeah, you have enough time to think about it as you're going to the ground if anything ever goes wrong. So.
Wow. Okay.
But it's fun. You know what? I enjoy it. I work with a lot of good guys, and
you gotta be. I don't know. Like, well, number one, you can't be afraid of heights, right?
No, you can't be afraid of heights. Cannot be afraid.
Is that like the first question on the interview?
Yeah.
Are you afraid of heights?
Yeah,
I don't really know. Yeah. Like, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, I've been on a roller coaster once, twice. Been like, yeah, thanks for coming. Next, yeah.
Yeah.
So first question, yeah, are you afraid of heights? If you can't pass that, then you might as well.
There's just no need for you.
No need for you at that point. Yeah.
Too much of a liability.
Yeah.
Insurance, people, lawyers. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna
freeze up.
Yeah.
You know.
So outside of that, though, you gotta be kind of a daredevil.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I snowboarded.
You don't even think about it.
No, I don't even. Yeah. It doesn't even faze me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I honestly have no idea. It doesn't faze me. I've snowboarded my whole life. I've skateboarded. I've dirt biked. I've done everything. Wakeboard. So I've always been throwing my body off whether it be a snowboarding jump, a staircase on my skateboards, a dirt bike jump. I've always done something stupid. So I've never really been afraid of being up in the air. Getting hurt.
Okay.
So I guess the job was perfect for me.
How long have you been doing it?
Since probably 8 years now.
Okay.
8 years, 9 years, something like that. Yeah.
And
a little bit of time.
You're part of a union?
Union, yeah. So I had to go through a whole apprenticeship. I did 4 years of my apprenticeship program, and then got out of that, and I've been a journeyman since.
All right. So, like, if I'm driving in Boston skyline, like what's the most notable building that you've worked on?
The most noticeable building that I've worked on. So there's a building in Boston, and it's pretty noticeable. It looks like a Jenga building if you look at it.
In a seaport.
I've done buildings down in the seaport, plenty of them, but this is actually on. If you're coming down Starrow Drive, you can see it more prominently over there. But you cannot miss it. If you're looking out in the skyline and you see a building that's stacked like Jenga blocks,
yeah, that's you.
That's the one.
Okay. All right.
That's the one.
And you put glass on the side of that building?
On the side of it, inside of it, yep.
Okay.
Everything. Yeah, did all the lobbies inside there. Yeah, it was a good time.
All right.
Yeah, I was there for a little while.
Cool. So they can say that glass they got it from Jared.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm one of those guys. I drive around. I'm like, see that over there? Yeah.
That's me.
I did that. Right.
That's me.
Right there. Did that. The garden. We did that. That was a good job.
Nice.
Outside that whole entrance to the garden right there, we did a ton of that. Our whole union did that. I did some of it. But yeah, no, we do stuff all over the place, man. And it's cool to see it work.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Some people don't appreciate it, but when you're in that kind of work, you drive by and you're like, damn, that looks good. Like,
a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah. Just like when you look at this car, you're like, without a doubt, that's a cool car.
Yeah.
Even though, and you know, we've been driving and we've been seeing people looking at your car, and you know, pointing out, you know, you get that all the time. And even whether they would drive it or not, they got to give you props because the car.
Oh, I love it.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So you've been in the game for a minute. You know, you've been through this horrible accident. I want to talk about that a little bit because, you know, I feel that I have close friends that have had near-death experiences,
sure.
and that just changes their whole life.
It does.
Did that happen for you in any way?
It does. Oh, yeah. Like, you know, I was having some serious problems before I got into that accident. I went through addiction for a while, and I was dealing with working long hours and all that stuff like that. And I got in that car accident, and it flipped my life 180. It was like I got a second chance or something, and it smartened me up. I was already on my way to getting smart at that point, but I knew I wasn't going to follow through with it. And that being a serious thing kind of knocked me straight right there. It reset me. Whether it was me getting a second chance or someone looking out for me, I don't know. But that was my second chance right there to do right. So, you know, since then, I mean, I've flipped my life around 180, you know.
Yeah, so you talk about second chances. I mean, looking back where you are now to that point, do you feel that it was a second chance?
Absolutely. I'm a totally different person. I'm a totally different person than I was 5 years ago.
Okay.
Me myself, I didn't think I was going to be alive. I personally, just the route I was going, I didn't think I'd be alive, you know, at this age right now. If I kept up with what I was doing, you know what I mean? And nowadays, it's like I feel like I'm living a whole other life. You know what I mean? And you know, I got an opportunity to help other people, right? So I've been through it. I know what it's like. I can see it. You know what I mean? And I talk to people all the time. Hey, listen, you know, you ever needed someone to talk to, or you know, I've been there. I can talk to you about it.
And you were not like that before.
God, no. I was actually the guy trying to get stuff from the other guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So what can you do for me instead of what I can do for you?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So you know, we were talking about, you know, your greedy exhaust, which I can just hear it just growling, just like just has that nice throaty sound.
It's got that Subaru rumble to it. You know what I mean? A little bit.
Yeah. And good shout out to Subaru.
Yeah, right? Man.
This car was made in partnership with Subaru, Toyota. So good shout out there. But like when you hear a greedy exhaust, like you know it.
Oh yeah, it's got a very distinct,
like it's, you know, its voice.
Yeah.
Right. And so I wonder, with the second chance that you've been given, does Jared's voice, you know, sound like this greedy? Like, are you using it?
Oh, I can use it. I can definitely use it.
For good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for good, you know what I mean?
For good, yeah, of course, right. Yeah, have I used it for good? I think I have. Not for all the purposes that I think I could use it for. But I definitely use it for good. You know, like I said, I try and help as many people out as I can, and just be a good person, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it takes. Be a good person. Treat others how you want to be treated. Stuff like that.
You know, your build has a story. Your life has a story.
Yeah.
You have a second chance. Love sharing stories like this on the show. You know, but I wonder, you know, who else, you know, could Jared's voice impact? Considering the things that you've been through in your life.
Right.
You know, I feel like cars bring people together.
They do. They bring all sorts of people that you would never talk to, I think, outside of being in a car community. You would never talk to some of these people. So you really do get to know some other people. But, like you said, you just know about their car. You very rarely hear about their story unless you get to know them really well, right? It's always, how you doing? I'm doing good.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, that's it. That's as far as it usually goes right there.
Right.
You know?
Good.
All right, we're on our way.
All right.
let's talk about
nice
something
car.
else. Nice car,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
You know, you meet people, and then you have opportunities, right? And so from that opportunity, you know, what do you do? Where does your voice fit into their story?
Right. What can you bring of that? You know.
Right.
And,
Exactly. Finding your voice, finding it where it fits, I think is really important, because at the end of the day, it's about the people that you meet.
It is, yeah. Right. It is, and I definitely think I have a voice in the car community. I mean, I've met so many people through the car scene that I would have never met in my life had it not have been for that accident. And just a lot of people know me, and so I definitely think I have a voice there. You know.
Yeah.
Whether anyone would listen to me is another question, but
I mean, I
definitely think I have the opportunity to.
How many people are you going to run into is like, well, you know, I used to be addicted. I came to an air life experience. My life has turned around. I'm here to help you through your own journey.
Right.
I'm listening.
Right. And you'd be surprised. There's a lot more people out there that are in silence about what's going on with them that won't say it to anybody.
Yeah.
Because they're either embarrassed or they don't want anyone to know, or certain people don't know and they don't want them to know, you know. So they suffer in silence, which is no way to go about it.
Finding that voice and using that voice, I think, is an opportunity that you have been giving to impact other people's lives.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. There's definitely a chance there.
Your second chance is now giving choices for other people.
To other people to make. Yeah. Absolutely. And being somebody to talk to. Like, even that can be enough. You know what I mean? Like,
sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. And so, you know, we talked about someone looking out for you. Like, who do you believe that someone is?
You know, I want to say God. I was born and raised Christian, you know, went through communion, CCD as a child, the whole thing. I want to say God. I mean, I'm not going to say anybody else because I don't believe in any other religion. If anything, I believe in Christianity. And that's, you know. So if I had to say there was a higher power, I mean, I would say, yeah, sure, it would be him. Anything. Because somebody was looking out for me and somebody wanted to give me a second chance in that accident. And not even just that accident, a second chance at life with the way I was going with my life. Like, I got a second chance. I got more than a second chance.
And that second chance, where does he fit into that whole second chance framework, if you will?
I guess everywhere, honestly. I mean, you can't ask for help from somebody only when you need it, right? So you need to have some sort of faith there, not just when you need help, right?
Right.
You need it before you need help.
Yep.
And then, I guess if something ever comes about in your life, hey, maybe because you had faith before, right? This is why now you're getting a second shot at it.
Yeah, so you want to talk about bills, right? You build your car, increase. Your life is a build as well.
Right.
Faith is also that way.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whatever you practice, you become better at.
Sure.
Right? So, how could you, I guess, better practice so that it's not just I need you when I'm in a hospital and I'm almost dying.
Right, almost dying. Please help me.
Please help me.
Right.
But, like, until this happens again, well, I guess I'll catch you later. Like, what about the in-between moments? Like, how could you work on that progress?
It's surrounding yourself, I think, with people who are also, I guess, more involved in faith, I would think, right?
It's certainly a lot to do with the environment that you find yourself in.
That you find yourself in. And I think it's surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
I think it's one way to go about it.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Because depending on who you hang around with, I think that kind of dictates who you're gonna be. I mean, yes and no, maybe, but most of the time I feel like that's the case, right?
No, for sure.
You hang around with the wrong crowd, more than likely, over some point in time, you're gonna get into something.
Yeah.
You hang around with the right crowd, you're more likely to steer yourself in the right direction. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah. So I agree with that 100%. There's a saying that you're the summation of your 5 closest friends.
Yeah.
And for me, unashamedly, like one of my 5 best friends is Jesus. Right? And so if I get an opportunity to be more like him,
then you'll take it, right?
Share conversations with you, bring hope into your space where hope may not be.
Right.
Then
you're doing the right thing.
Then I become actually more like him, right? And so I integrate him. And you know what I hear you saying is like, oh yeah, I should integrate other people into my space, so that I can become more like the better things in life instead of the worst things in life.
And I'll say it, shout out my friend Chris who wrapped this car, Godsend Wraps.
Godsend Wraps, y'all.
Check him out. Check him out, man. Great kid. That's someone you want to surround yourself with right there, man. Great people like that kid right there. All about his faith, and he's just a really good kid, you know. Really good kid.
Cool. All right, Jared. I love chopping it up with you, man. It was a pleasure, an honor being in Vertically Challenged. We'll check you out on Instagram.
Appreciate it, man.
You're doing good stuff.
Thanks, brother.
And shift right, brother.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Upshift, episode 3, y'all.
Until the next time.
Peace.